All right, we're going to say shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for another day. We're going to get into this quick video in regards to smoking weed. Now, of course, a lot of times this should be like common sense, but it's really not. What fueled me to go into this is because I was looking, at an article in regards to Obama's daughter, oldest daughter, was so-called caught smoking weed. The issue with that is the media is making a big fuss over it. The story's going viral because of who she is, and some mainstream media, well, underground, you would say mainstream, have, I would say, in a nonchalant way. Hold up, let me see if this thing working correctly. Okay. In a nonchalant way, have kind of like said it's almost okay to do. Like it's watered down, it's saturated so much to the point where people do this, where it is, society has accepted it as something okay to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into some scriptures. I mean, it's real easy when it comes down to the scriptures. And I'm not going to go into a dissertation or a long video in regards to this. Your body itself tell you that it's wrong to do. Even the common understanding of the side effects or the effects of it. A lot of times when people smoke anything, eventually they're going to come down with some type of brain issue or some type of a very phlegm cough all the time, because the body has to build up phlegm and mucus to protect itself. So if you constantly having a very crackly cough because of smoking, it don't even matter. You can be smoking weed, it rattles your voice. Eventually people start talking different because they smoke weed. The lip turn black. So it's a lot of things that it's doing to your body. Now people say, well, you can live a long time doing this. Well, it's not. It's still not smart to do if you're still shortening your lifespan. And all that stuff about people saying, well, they use marijuana to treat some patients. That doesn't mean it's right. We're still talking about the same people, the Zionists and the Jewish powers that run the whole world will put anything in something. It doesn't mean just because they use weed, marijuana, or cannabis as a drug to treat someone else, doesn't mean that it's right to do. It's always side effects to all their medicine and their stuff that they deal with. See, cannabis, and that's why they actually named it that. Cannabis is almost like to the point where you get the munchies and all that after you finish eating, because it's almost like a level of cannibalism. That actual plant grows for a certain reason. It's not to the point where you're supposed to light a match to it. You're not supposed to inhale anything. It's carbon monoxide. You don't supposed to inhale smoke. Okay, and I'm to me, like I said, a lot of this should be common sense. The daughter's name is Malia. I don't know if I'm saying it right, or Malia. I don't single out people, but since people are making a big roar of this young lady smoking weed, and the thing is, you should make a roar, but it's not up to us to do that. See, people are publicizing this just to get at another person. It's just a battle on trying to defame a person. But the reason why I'm going into this information is because some people, what I'm realizing, the only reason why I'm making this video is because of what I'm listening to or looking at when I'm reading, is people in a nonchalant way, saying it's okay. Oh, don't worry about it. What's the big deal? We got more important things to worry about. Of course, you got things to worry about. But when it comes down to a mass publicizing or a mass publication of people saying it's okay to do, or it doesn't matter if she smoked, she's going to Harvard and all that. No, it does matter, because she wouldn't. And I actually made a comment on a video. I think they call Young Turks, and all them talking about it's okay, and my daughter did it. I tell her it's not good to do, but something. It was a lot of riffraff going back and forth. And I actually talked to another person about this, and I said, what if your daughter was was caught up with smoking some weed? Or I asked her to pass me the blunt. I lie to you not. So that, once I heard that ignorance, because that's what it is, I knew that I had to make a video on this. To me, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, are you serious? People are really accepting to the fact, oh, it's okay to smoke cigarettes and all. It's not really, it's not okay to do it. You do it. You see, we do certain things, but I have to bring out, the ill behaviors and bring it to the point so we can understand exactly what we all should be doing the right way. And I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm a saint, but there's something in me that always have to bring out the truth and righteousness. And that's what I listen to. A lot of us understand what's right or wrong, and we should listen to that. You're more than likely to be out, pushing videos too, or telling someone else. But a lot of times we just listen to the left-hand side. Oh, it's okay, it's all right. We in this world, we make mistakes, whatever. I'm telling you right now, that's the wrong mindset. Because when you get that, oh, it's okay, whatever, then you make more mistakes thinking you got more time. But one day your heart gonna choke. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how long you have to live. No one knows how long they're going to live. So that's the wrong mindset. You live your life every day like it's your last day. Even myself. I'm not just talking to some 18-year-old girl smoking weed. I'm not talking to some drug addict. I'm talking to all of us. We all need to understand what I'm about to get into. But based on these scriptures that I'm about to bring forth, you're talking about smoking, okay? I'm going to get into some scriptures about some smoke. I'm not going to even bring in the basic scriptures, because I like for people to go into this information and study it themselves. In scripture, it says the body is a temple. Would you go into a Christian temple smoking some weed? If it's okay to do, think about it. And I'm using that as the lowest understanding of the Bible. Would you go into a Christian church and smoke some weed? So if you won't go into a Christian church or any mosque of any religion, going in there smoking or drinking, what gives you the right to do your own body that way? Because when you go into these so-called religions and these mosques or these churches, they are there to uplift and build your body, right? And the spiritual. So what now gives us the right to say, well, okay, I just went up in the church, I didn't do anything wrong, you see? But now once I'm out of the church, you want to do this and you don't want to do that. And I'm using that because that's the only way I can get people to understand what I'm about to get into. Okay? The body is a temple, right? Okay. Now, when the Most High come back, through His Son, when Christ comes back, you want to talk about smoke. All right. Let's just talk about some smoke real quick. Let's go to Genesis chapter 19, verse 28. Okay, we're going to talk about this smoking weed. We're gonna get some weed. There's going to be a lot of smoke in a few minutes. We're about to read. Okay. Let's go to Genesis 19, verse 28. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. So you got two words in this. You got two parts of this verse. Got the word smoke in it. So anything that's dealing with smoke, when it comes down to the Most High, is either to bring something to our understanding, or to kill you. Okay? This is Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the time that we're in now, where even this practice, the gay and lesbian, all that, is something okay to do nowadays. Oh, they just sticking each other. They're sword fighting. These two men, these two women, they fish fighting. Yeah, there's something wrong. Okay. All right. Let's go to Exodus chapter 19, verse 18. Man, people are crazy, man. That's the only thing. I don't know the other word. Something is wrong for us to not think that this is wrong to do. You don't supposed to light a match to some trees or some leaves and inhale it. You're supposed to only inhale air. Okay. Exodus 19, verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. This is when the Most High was bringing the commandments and laws to the children of Israel. The smoke and the furnace represents, esoterically, if you don't follow this, you will become flames. You will be burned. You're going to hell. He brought it that way so you'll know, oh my goodness, as an earthquake, this is the law of the Most High. We better follow this. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 20. Okay, Deuteronomy 29, verse 20. The Lord will not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man. Shall smoke against that man. You smoke against that man. The Most High ain't gonna be smoking with you. It's gonna be some other kind of smoke. You cannabis lovers. Against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. When you read up in the parts of this chapter, it's in regards to our people following other gods of the other nations. We're not to do that. So this is a law based on you and us, the children of Israel. I'm Hebrew. I'm from the tribe of Judah. Okay, the so-called Negroes in America, and some of the other black people that look like you would say African American are not. You got the tribe of Gad, mainly a lot of tribe of the Gad in America, and you got the tribe of Judah in America, predominantly. Of course, you got some Benjamites and Jamaicans or whatever, but I'm not trying to go that route to break down each tribe. But based on what we're reading here, these people start following after the other gods of the other nations, and the Most High told us not to do that. So any man that deal with not following the Most High, remember the Most High is a jealous God. Verse 20 again. The Lord shall, Deuteronomy 29 and 20. The Lord will not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke. The jealousy, because the Most High is a jealous God. He created you. You up there dealing with some other people's mess. Shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him. Excuse me. And the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. All right, let's go to Psalms 37, verse 20. Psalms chapter 37, verse 20, and it says, But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be at the fat of lambs, as fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. They shall consume away. Let me read that again. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away. So that's what your smoking is about. You're killing yourself. So based on scripture, anytime when you're dealing with smoke, like I said before, the Most High is furious with you. So all you cannabis lovers need to put that down. It's not good. Don't be going to Genesis when it talks about this, God gave us the herbs of the field. This is meat for you. When it says meat for you, it's actually talking about digestion. This ain't talking about snorting or inhaling. It's talking about putting a pot between the leaves that you're about to eat with some water in it. It ain't talking about dealing with lighting a match and smoking some weed. 1 minute. All right. Okay. Let's make sure this thing is still working. So I'm pretty much done. I'm almost done. Like I said, you can read some articles in regards to weed. I mean, it's very clear on how dangerous and it's detrimental to your health that it kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you're not supposed to be dealing with. All right, let's go to Psalm 74 verse 1. Okay, Psalms chapter 74 verse 1. O God, why hast thou cast us off forever? This is what the children of Israel are saying. This is what David is singing about. Why doeth thine anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? You see that? The sheep of thy pasture. It's talking about his people. We're sheep to the Most High. That's why Christ came in Isaiah 53. He came as like a lamb without a blemish and a sheep to the slaughter for his people. So we are supposed to follow Christ's footsteps. There's a sacrifice to live holy. There's a sacrifice to look at everybody doing what they want to do, and sometimes your flesh get connected, like, don't deal with how you feel. Smoking weed is killing you. It's not something you're supposed to be doing. So my thing is, the reason why, like I said, I wanted to make this is because what I'm understanding is they're using Malia Obama as a portal or like a doorway. Well, if the Obama girl do it, we can do it. Based on Young Turks positioning on how they were delivering their the information in regards to what she was dealing with. They put the information out there. They got the video out of her. Who knows if it's a real, video. Allegedly, she was smoking weed. Okay, so based on that, they're using it, and I don't know if they're under the umbrella of the Illuminati or not, or nothing. I don't know what they're dealing with, but some of these so-called underground news people still deal with the Masons, because they seem like they have to say certain things. Like, why is this always almost like accepted? Oh, it's just keep moving with your life. You can't even, like I said before, I was about to say this before I got caught up in something else. I'm almost done. They almost make it seem like it's okay for her to smoke weed, like it's okay for you to smoke weed. It's not. So you can't even get a job nowhere. Where you gonna work at in retail? If you got that stuff in your system, they do a urine test, she's done. But yet she can get into Harvard. How can you mix weed and Harvard in the same sentence? Come on now. But whatever, they're pushing this as, well, it's a president's kid, and they're trying to defame him. That's what it's about. But my direction based on this video is, don't get caught up in smoking no weed. It ain't good, okay? Just because some Obama's girl do it, don't mean it's something that you should be doing. They're not your leaders. The Most High is your leader. Your common sense is your leader when it comes down to it. Even if you haven't opened the Bible yet, it'll tell you when you start coughing up your lungs. The first time it's telling you it's not good for you. And then to override that and say, oh, you just got to get used to it. No, what you're doing is killing yourself. Slowly. You're killing yourself slowly. I don't care how long you live, or I ain't my pops lived this long for, from smoking weed or whatever. Yeah, let's say he died at 70, he could have lived 90 something. He could have cut 20 years off his life. So people say, well, my parents lived a long time, they smoked weed and all this. And look, let me tell you something. The time that we're living is not even a tenth of the time that we should be living. So obedience is always better. Obedience is what you should be following. I don't care how long you think you live. Okay? I mean, there's no. Let me go to Proverbs. Let me show you something. Let me go to this last scripture. If it's shut off, then I'll say shalom. But I'm going to see if I can go to the scripture right there. Let's go to Proverbs 17, verse 15. Proverbs 17, verse 15. And it says, he that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Most High. Even they both are an abomination to the Lord. Okay? The reason why it's an abomination, because once you justify the wicked, you're condoning to it. Any person say, oh, it don't matter. No, you're supposed to come against it. No, it does matter. She get bust upside the head by her mom. Okay? Or punished or something. That's what I'm talking about. She need to get, she need a talk, a good lecture. That's not something that's what the media should be pushing. She's still a teenager. You see what I'm saying? She should get disciplined for that. Some type of disciplinary action with her parents should come from that. Not media talking about, kids mess up, they smoke. Like it's something like, if I was to come home with a bad report card, my father would say, oh man, it's okay. I understand, you make mistakes. It's all right. Go ahead and go ahead and play football or something. Go play basketball. I'm gonna come home with bad grades. Oh, my father ain't pushing me that hard, so I might as well. That's the spirit that they're bringing forth in media. You gotta be very careful. You gotta be stern every time. That's why it says, don't condone to it. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Most High. He that justifieth the wicked. So let me go for a while. He that justifieth the wicked. So if you condone to wickedness, which is smoking weed is wickedness, because you're killing off your body. If you condone, that's what justifieth mean in Scripture. In the King James Version, you look up just